Say, Wild Bill, are you married?
Yes, sir, I's married. Why?
Oh, I just wondered. Got any family?
Yes, 8 children.
8 children? That isn't a family. My gosh, that's a neighborhood. I hear you're a wife beater.
Oh, no.
I'm ashamed of you.
No, sir, Mr. Interlocutor. I was boss of my house when I was at home all the time.
Yeah, you know, I read an article about that. It said that a man's been gradually abdicating his role as master and head of the household. I guess, in other words, we don't have a strong central authority in the family anymore.
That there's true.
And you mean you were the boss in your family?
I was boss in my house.
Well, that's bully for you.
Yes, sir, boy.
Glad to hear you say it.
When I get home from work at night and get done telling her off, she'd come crawling to me on her hands and knees.
That's a boy. That's a boy.
And she'd say, "Come out from under that bed, you coward."
Well, I'm ashamed. I am really ashamed of you. What are you, a man or a mouse?
I'm a man.
How do you know it?
She was afraid of a mouse.
This time the chorus will sing "You're a Grand Old Flag." Hi there. Hey, I heard you used to be a magician.
Yeah, I used to be a magician.
Somebody told me you used to entertain troops overseas.
Yeah, I was a magician. I remember I was going across in a boat, going across that big creek.
Oh, you crossed the Atlantic Ocean, I assume.
Yeah, it was a big creek.
Sure was.
Had a whole bunch of dips in it, too. Boat used to go up, then it come down. Then it go up, then it come down.
Well, what's the matter? Did you get seasick?
I was lined up there at the rail with the rest of them. The captain, he came by, he smacked me on the back. He says, "What's the matter, Snook? You got a weak stomach?" I says, "I don't think so. I believe I'm throwing it just about as far as everybody else is."
Yeah, I'll bet you were.
There's only one trouble. We were all lined up from the front of the boat all the way to the back, and I was the last one in line, and I was getting everything that everybody else was throwing.
Oh boy. I guess that would be messy, to say the least.
I remember we were doing magic stuff on the stage one night, on the boat.
Yeah. What kind of magic did you do?
Oh, all kinds. I remember I'd take a handkerchief and put it over my hand like this, put a ring in it, and hold the handkerchief up, and the ring would disappear. We had a Paul Parrot sitting there in a perch.
Parrot.
Yeah, it's Paul Parrot. He says, "Ha! I can do that with my eyes shut." That made me mad. So I took my wristwatch off, and I smashed it with a hammer. And I put the pieces in my handkerchief and rolled it up and held it up. It disappeared. The Paul Parrot, he says, "Ha! I can do that with my eyes shut." About that time, one of them torpedoes hit the boat there, you know. Yeah. The boat sunk.
The boat sunk?
Yeah, it sunk. There I am, swimming around, hanging on to a hunk of wood. This here Paul Parrot, he comes flying over. He's looking for me. He came flying over there. He says, "No kidding, Mac. What did you do with a boat?"
Say, Mr. Interlocutor, I saw a baby yesterday, only 6 months old, and weighed 250 pounds. And furthermore, they fed it on elephant's milk.
Well, Mr. Elroy, you must be crazy. Do you mean to tell me you saw a baby that was only 6 months old, weighed 250 pounds, and was fed elephant's milk? Whose baby was that?
Well, an elephant's baby, of course. Say, Mr. Interlocutor, I got a little conundrum for you. What is it that a man finds, knows he's got, picks it up, looks for it, can't find it, puts it down again, walks home, picks it up again, looks for it, and finds it?
Well, Mr. Elroy, you certainly are foolish. What is it?
A sliver in his foot.
Say, Mr. Elroy, who was that lady I saw you walking with yesterday?
Huh, that was no lady. That was my wife.
Well, there was one thing that I noticed about her, and that was those lovely diamond earrings she wore.
Yeah, I gave her those.
Hurts, huh?
Did you notice that sealskin sack and that $25 hat she was wearing?
Why, yes.
Well, I gave her those, too.
And another thing I noticed, she had lovely black eyes.
Yeah, I gave her those, too. Say, did you notice that little baby she had under her arms?
Why, yes.
That belongs to her sister.
You folks were just witness to something that nobody else ever witnessed. I didn't know which would rot first, him or the hour. At this time, the chorus will favor us with a selection entitled, "Give My Regards to Broadway."